Welcome to the Timely Drops of Wisdom podcast. I'm your host, Jessica Carmon, founder of Resourced Apothecary, where we are asking you to rethink how you refill your cup. Resourced Apothecary offers sustainable practices and products to help you deepen your connection to yourself, your community, and to Mother Nature. Here in this podcast, I'm sharing the plant spirit medicine I receive from the plants and the land. The plants share their wisdom through messages and actual medicines. We'll discuss both in detail. In addition, I provide sound healing and guided meditation to help you connect in with the plants in your unique way. And I offer suggestions for integrating all of this into your life with rituals and practices that are both manageable and powerful. I'm thankful you're here. Let's get into today's topic. It's Medicine Day! I'm excited and nervous for this episode. I've avoided talking specifics with plant medicines because not everything will work for everybody. But here's the deal. I love making plant medicines. It lights me up to talk about different preparations and the possibilities of working with all these different plants. I want to share this information, not as prescriptive, but as a conversation starter. I encourage you to listen to your body, do your research, and be really honest about what you are comfortable with. Rather than keep all this to myself for fear that you'll ignore your body's wisdom or, common sense, I'm going to take this opportunity to give you a strong warning, and then we're going to press on. Here goes. Warning. I am not a medical professional. This information is not meant to replace guidance from your trusted and qualified medical practitioner. If you are not well, stop listening to podcasts and reach out to your trusted medical practitioner. If you are well, do not make yourself unwell by being reckless in your experimentation or by ignoring your body and the messages it sends you. Use your best judgment to feel into these suggestions. And whenever you work with an unfamiliar plant, or any other substance for that matter, start out slow and easy. Make good choices. I believe in you. Okay, let's get into rosemary. Many ancient civilizations valued rosemary's gifts. It was viewed as sacred and protective. As time progressed, rosemary found fame in the Queen of Hungary's face wash for its anti-aging properties. And it has long been utilized in culinary applications for preserving meat and other foods, for adding flavor, and supporting health. Modern research and use have proven and expanded on the many gifts rosemary has to offer. And in an ironic turn of events for this podcast, the medicinal applications of rosemary are too numerous to explore completely in one episode. To name only a few of rosemary's benefits, it is a digestive tonic, astringent, stimulant, nervine, antiseptic. It reduces pain and inflammation, and there are so many more gifts. Rosemary has an affinity for the skin, liver, heart, kidneys, brain, and stomach, and its planetary influence is the sun. Instead of trying to give you an effective overview of all the different applications and preparations of rosemary, I'm going to focus on my favorite ways to work with rosemary. First, the easy options. I love to take cuttings from my rosemary plant and put them in a vase with cut flowers. Their scent brightens up the room, and since rosemary is stimulating and enhances cognitive function, it is an excellent addition to your workspace. If you let those cuttings dry out, you can add them to a smudge stick and use the smoke to purify and cleanse your space. Dried rosemary also has many culinary uses. I'm sure that's not a secret to you. I want to center the power of using intention when cooking with an herb like rosemary. For instance, rosemary goes in every broth I make. It is incredibly supportive to our immune systems and earns its spot in the recipe for that reason alone. Not to mention, it tastes great. We can take it a step further and call in the spirit of rosemary when we work with it in the kitchen. We can ask for protection. We can ask that our inner vision be heightened. We can ask for stronger memory and connection with our ancestors. We can ask that all the wonderful energetic gifts of rosemary be infused into the food we are making. Normally, I would recommend adding such a powerhouse to bath teas as well. Here's the thing to be aware of. Rosemary is stimulating, like really, really stimulating. For me, it warrants careful use and smart choices around when I choose to use it. For others, it may not have such a strong effect, but this means you'll need to experiment to see for yourself. I do find that when rosemary is in food, it rarely ever is too strong for me. How about you? Have you noticed how rosemary affects you? When it's time to move on from food, my favorite preparations are hydrosol and infused oil. Remember back to our herbal preparations mini-series where we learned that essential oils and hydrosols are the two results of the distillation process. Rosemary gives its volatile essential oils readily, which is nice because it makes for a more affordable end product. It's also nice because there is less worry of synthetic or chemical knockoff versions for this particular essential oil. Again, for me, rosemary is stimulating and a little goes a long way. So if you're using essential oil, start with diffusing. It is such a nice clean smell to have in your home or workspace. Be sure to set intentions when diffusing, to really take advantage of all the ways rosemary can support you. I will add it to the diffuser in my living room with the intention of protecting and clearing the space. I'll add it to the diffuser in my office with some lemon, with the intention of receiving mental clarity and strengthening my cognitive function. Don't forget, we can receive the immune boosting benefits of rosemary when it's diffused as well. But wait, didn't I just say the hydrosol was my favorite? I sure did. Hopefully by now you realize that when I use the word favorite, it is in the exact same way that a 5-year-old does. Just throwing it around gratuitously. Just because I've got favorites doesn't mean I limit myself to them. I'm not going to limit you either. So if you've got rosemary essential oil and would rather use it, go for it. This hydrosol, though, it is dreamy in a different kind of way than the others I've created so far. Rosemary just really wants to be worked with in a holistic way. And by that, I mean mind, body, and spirit all at once. No separating. The application that's been nourishing me lately is spraying the rosemary hydrosol on my scalp in the morning. I'm excited about the benefits of rosemary for scalp and hair health and have been pleasantly surprised at how great my hair looks when I use it. There is a definite experience of increased mental awareness and clarity as a result of this application as well. So, right there, that's a triple threat. What's not to love? I also invite you to try using the rosemary hydrosol in meditation. Rosemary will come through in different ways for different people, but I'm noticing that the common thread underlying all the accounts I've received from those who've meditated with the hydrosol is increased clarity in some aspect. For some, it's clarity of vision. For some, clearer connection to the divine. For some, clear solutions to challenging questions. I realize it can be frustrating to work with a plant when you don't know what outcome to expect. I also know that rosemary is really supporting me in leaning into those situations where I can't know or control the outcome. So yeah, totally frustrating, but incredibly worth it. The next application I want to discuss is a rosemary-infused oil. You're going to be looking at a topical application with an infused oil. So for these, be aware of rosemary's uses for reducing pain and inflammation, as well as supporting hair and skin health. I infused castor oil with rosemary and have been loving it for so many different reasons. I keep castor oil on hand because, in my experience, anytime there is eye trouble, think pink eye or other infections, eye strain, or really just any complaints involving the eyes, I have had tremendous luck with castor oil bringing relief. The double benefit here is that castor oil has been used for years to support healthy hair growth. Pair that with rosemary, which is proven to also support healthy hair growth, and you've got a dream team. Here is one instance where I'll use rosemary product at night before bed. Castor oil is thick, and I find the best way to work with it is to slather it all over my closed eyes right as I'm laying down to go to bed. While I sleep, I know that the castor oil and rosemary are supporting my eyes in healing, and as an added bonus, my eyelashes get a boost. Win-win. By the time I wake up, my skin has absorbed the oil and I can go about my day without worrying about how to get rid of all this thick, gooey oil. Another use for the same oil would be for helping to ease muscle tension or spasms. I have read where many people will apply a rosemary-infused oil to the lower abdomen to help relieve menstrual cramps. Personally, I'll blend rosemary, basil, and black pepper to create a pain-relieving massage oil. All of those plants can be hot and stimulating, so for me, a little goes a long way. As far as pain goes, though, I've made blends for some family members who have ongoing pain, like tennis elbow or carpal tunnel. I don't know the name when it's in your shoulder, but you know what I'm talking about. And there is strain involved, and it's more complex than just a sore muscle after a workout. Rosemary has been a really powerful addition to blends for these issues. I like to think that's because it supports healthy nerve function, healthy blood flow, and reduces inflammation. It acts on the body in so many different ways, and I find that creates a really multidimensional complementary effect. To wrap up, let all this information be a jumping off point. There is plenty of research available about the benefits of rosemary. which is actually really interesting because a lot of our plant medicines and folk remedies have not been clinically researched. So this is one where I love to get into the science because it's there and it has proven all the things that we have known and been told throughout the years about rosemary, which is just really cool. So hopefully this discussion has helped you see how accessible rosemary medicine is. I invite you to explore. Explore the research. Explore the plant. Explore how you feel when you interact with rosemary. Whether you bring cuttings in from your garden, explore your spice rack with intention, or use a hydrosol or oil, I invite you to make a connection with rosemary this week. Next week, I'll guide you in a plant spirit meditation. You'll have the chance to tune in and see what gifts rosemary has for you. Till then, may this information serve your highest good. Big love, my friend.